Ladies and gentlemen of the vinyl community, this is going to be part 2 of the videos that I started to post yesterday. Let me move closer so the light in the back is not too bad. The ECMs that I found, I wanted to share with you. I don't know if you guys saw my last video, but if you look on the tail end of the last video, I took some pictures of the flea market that I went to yesterday. Took a picture of my stack of records, the ECMs you can see in that stack that I bought. I had an amazing time. Let me just first start off by saying that, I probably wouldn't have bought the ECM records if it wasn't for me tuning into the vinyl community and kind of catching wind of how, I guess, prestigious the ECM label is. I was busy collecting other stuff and I never really paid attention to it. I never researched the label, but through watching the videos, I think that I love how you guys explain that artists like Keith Jarrett and Chick Corea started to migrate over to the German label and started to record and support the label, and that the label put a lot of effort into the presentation of their product, and then of course it being a German label, for what I understand, I would probably, if I was to come up with something, I love making comparisons. I would say it's the Deutsche Grammophon of jazz. Just superior pressings. I mean, you won't find a lack of quality as far as the recording goes as you bounce from LP or recording to recording, record to record. But let me get started. The first LP that I was able to find yesterday is the Gary Burton New Quartet. And from me educating myself from you all's videos, I understand that if it's a 10 whatever, that indicates it's probably within the first 100 records that they issued. So this is a 1030. That's the Gary Burton Quartet. Ralph Towner. Solstice. This looks interesting. Just from the pictures, that looked like it was a hell of a session, so I'll put that in in the pile for one of the first for me to listen to. I'm judging a book by its cover when it comes to which one I'm going to listen to first. Steve Kuhn, Nonfiction. Some little photography chicory there too, with the comb in front of the wheat field, and it looks like he's raking it. This was the only LP out of all of them, and I don't know why, that this guy put the green dot on, which was, green dot was $5, I believe. The rest of them were $3. If they didn't have a sticker on them, or if they had a blue sticker on them, that meant that they were $3. This is Pat Metheny, New Chautauqua. And just doing a little bit of research and looking at the albums, it looked like Pat Metheny was one of the prides of the label. He seemed to do a lot of recordings, and they seem to be kind of popular. John Abercrombie Quartet. I think is the name of the album. A little bit of ring wear at the top. All of this vinyl is crazy. I mean, this particular seller, man, he was amazing. I mean, like, he was selling nothing that was questionable. Believe, if it wasn't marked as is, you didn't need to look at what condition the vinyl is. Maybe if you wanted to check the labels of certain things to see what pressing it might be or whatever, that would be the only reason why you would need to check out the vinyl, because he was only putting out pristine stuff. And again, he says that he has like 20,000 albums in his warehouse. And just a little side note, real quick story. I know who this guy is. I told you I used to buy out storage lockers. This guy used to be there. He's a very eclectic guy. He used to upset everybody because he would do more talking than he would do bidding. And I remember him, man. He used to buy out the storage lockers with lamps and paintings and all that stuff, but especially albums. And so now I'm putting two to two together. Like, literally, the last time I saw this guy had to be about 3 or 4 years ago at a storage auction. And so now I see what he does with his albums. I've never seen him at any of the flea markets around here, But obviously he sells albums, and he gets them out of storage lockers that are defaulted on. And I know where his he calls it his warehouse, but it's really his storage, and he just has another storage. What would you call it? Another storage locker. So I'm gonna see if he'll let me come out there and dig through his storage locker. Maybe beat the crowd. Like I said, I know it sounds a little competitive, but first dibs is everything in the vinyl digging game, right? This one right here is John Clark Faces. That's a really eerie looking cover too. But like he just stopped on a dirt road. Old. My cars are wrong. I have an album by these guys on Prestige Records. This is the Art Ensemble of Chicago. Nice guys. Cool. And look at all that script. Look how well organized that is on the label. Like, they definitely put a lot of effort into making their product presentable, beyond presentable. I just can't believe that I've skipped over this stuff all of this time. I just wonder what else. I can't wait to find out what else is out there that I don't know about, and that I'm just waiting to be discovered by me. That's why I watch everybody's video. John Abercrombie and Ralph Towner, Sargasso C. This is also, from what I understand, an early one. It's ECM 1080. Now the autofocus doesn't want to work. You see that? This camera costs too much to be having this many issues out of it. Taj Riptle. And this one, as you can see, has that crazy film that flakes off after a while, like the CTI records. I hate that. That really bothers me. I'm really I just want to just rip this off. I do that a lot. When you guys have albums like this, do you do that? Do you rip the little outer film? It makes the album look so homely. I hate that. But this album right here is a German press. It's Gamma. So that might mean that it might sound even better than the other ones. Because the Germans knew what the hell they were doing when they pressed up records. John Abercrombie Timeless. There's another one of these covers where I just want to peel this stuff off. I hate that. I understand why they did it. Does that drive you guys crazy about me doing this? Look at it. It's like a brand new album underneath that. This also is a German press. See the Gamma. Jack DeJohnette, Directions, New Rags. Keith Jarrett, Alberazina. Another early one. This is 1070. Cool. Gabarak Hussein Burutu. That has a big ass promo sticker on it. That's not gonna be able to get. I'm not gonna be able to get that off. Of all the ones that need the film on it, this one doesn't have it. That's alright. Just happy to have it. And another early ECM. This one is 1024. Wow. Crystal Silence by Gary Burton and Chick Corea. I think this is going to be another one that I check out early just by the name recognition alone. I'm really ignorant when it comes to ECM, but I figure by the end of the year, I'll be on it. Download the ones I don't have. Listen to the ones that I do have. Google every name that's on the cover. Research. Ariel Anderson Quartet. Green Shading into Blue. That's a hell of a name for an album. Green shading into blue. And then the last one that I have is Gary Peacock, December Poems. And I think I'm going to listen to this one first, because I love the stand-up bass. I really do. I love the stand-up bass, and so that's where I'll start. And also, let me just show this. This is not an ECM, but I wanted to, I hope that maybe Derek is watching and Derek got a chance to listen to the Seldom Seen album that he found. Because here's a copy. I left a message in your comments that I found one earlier last week. And this is it. Seldom Seen Act 2. And Derek, if you like that Seldom Seen album that you listened to, if you like it, let me know, because I could mail this one out to you. You can have this. I listened to it. It's not my bag. It's good. I don't think any music really sucks per se, but I just think that everybody has their own taste, and this is not up my alley, so to speak. So Derek, if you want it, that's yours. And then let me just address. I appreciate everybody's comments. I'm not gonna go off in a rant about negativity. I don't think it was very negative at all. The comment that was left on my hip hop video. But I just want to clarify stuff. My intentions are to show albums that have stories that I could sit there and share, and maybe people don't know about. I have a lot of albums just in this area that were issued on labels in this area that I know people. I know the person, I know the artist, and I know the story behind it. And so that's my goal, is to share that story. So specifically speaking about that's the Sonic comment that was left about it being on eBay for $4. That doesn't change the fact that that was a cover that was recalled, that was banned. And when I was talking about, I will never find the album again, even then the album was only selling for $20-$30. Now, I think that we know across the board, across all genres, we've seen albums that used to be $300 or $400, maybe even $500 on eBay back in 04 and 05. They're now, you could probably, if you're really lucky, snatch them for $70 to $100. So, albums across the board have lost their value. But, my purpose of putting that up wasn't to show my valuable albums. It was to show pieces that had a story to tell about them. I said that in the beginning of the video. I have a story to tell. It's, like I said, just because it's $4 and buy it now, which still I think that you should buy it, because it doesn't, just because it's $4 doesn't change the story. The history behind that album is still the same. Why wouldn't you want that in your collection if that's what you collect? But that's all I'm going to say about that. I appreciate you guys looking. I'm still working on recording those Power of Attorney, the Towson State Jazz Ensemble, and the Dick Dorm. Oh man, gotta record the Dick Dorm for you guys. And I'm gonna put that up there. I have recorded it. I just don't like the way it sounds. And then I got a little note from YouTube. I don't know what that was about, saying that stuff might belong to ECM, whatever it's called, EMI. But I was to do nothing about it. So why send it to me? I don't even understand what that's about. If I was an artist, I would encourage my record label to put my stuff out there. People are rediscovering this music. You're starting to see old school artists reemerge, local people. So, I don't know. My intentions aren't to be harmful by putting people's music in my videos. I just want to share, and I'll continue to do so until they find me, I guess. That will really let me know they mean business, I guess. I don't think I'm doing anything harmful. But anyway, guys, have a good week. Probably if I get all the pieces in the mail that I'm expecting by the end of the week, then I'll share those with you. Take care.